Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and in this video we're going to be talking about the new Humble Monthly. Yes, the Overwatch Humble Monthly has expired, but there's a new one that is out, and it is quite good. I also want to take a look at the rest of the unlocks for the Overwatch bundle. They weren't that great, but I wasn't expecting anything incredible since I imagine the majority of the budget went towards acquiring Overwatch. On top of that, we've got an announcement of a pretty niche JRPG coming to PC. It's a very old game that was released by Sega. Played the game way back in the day, and honestly, it went a little over my head back then, but now, as an older, wiser gamer, I think I will enjoy revisiting this game. And finally, I do want to round out the video by taking a look at a fantastic GPU deal. This GPU deal is actually a GPU and a power supply, so this is a great startup kit if you're just looking to build a mid-tier PC. And if none of the AMD GPU deals have tickled your fancy, you want a mid-range NVIDIA card, this one definitely has you covered. It's a deal on a GTX 1060, and best of all, it is on a 6GB model. First, let's take a look at the new Humble Monthly, which is very good as far as the early unlocks go. Remember, all you have to do is pay $12 and you get access to 3 games right away. The rest of the bundle will unlock on the first Friday of November, which is November 2nd. The early unlocks include Hollow Knight, which is a terrific game. Hollow Knight actually goes for, I believe, $9.79 during a Steam sale, so right there, that's a considerable amount of that $12. So getting that is definitely a huge incentive, a very challenging game, and Hollow Knight is probably the best of the 3 games that you're getting, but the other 2 are quite good as well. The second game you're getting is Hitman, the complete first season. So we're coming up on the release of Hitman 2, so it's very timely to get Hitman, the complete first season. This was a game that was released episodically, which I never really understood. I really thought it should have just been released as a standalone game. That is what they're doing with Hitman 2, although Hitman 2 is going to have some sizable single-player expansions, so there's still going to be post-game content with that title, but you're getting a sizable experience right from the get-go. Now that the first season of Hitman has wrapped up, buying the game now will get you the entirety of the experience. I'm just going back in history and reminiscing about the launch of the game, which left me wanting a lot more. And I think Hitman, the complete first season, another title that goes for a decent penny, even if a Steam sale is running, so getting that is quite good as well. And lastly, they are hooking you up with a multiplayer offering as well in 7 Days to Die. 7 Days to Die actually has some popularity on Steam. A lot of my friends play it. Not a game that I've played all too much of, but it is in early access, and currently on Steam, all of the reviews have it pegged at mostly positive, with 79% positive on 48,000 reviews. Recent reviews are a little bit less kind at 58% positive with 471 reviews. 7 Days to Die does go for $24.99, so again, that as a part of your bundle is quite good. I would say all 3 of those unlocks individually, while not quite as good as Overwatch, getting a game like Hollow Knight, getting Hitman, the complete first season, and 7 Days to Die, I would say collectively those 3 games do accumulate to be better than Overwatch, but that's just my personal opinion, and that's going off the quality that I think Hollow Knight is. I thought Hitman, the complete first season, now that you're getting the entirety of that game, that's quite good, and 7 Days to Die acting as your multiplayer offering, I think that's pretty cool as well. The October 2018 bundle I think was good just on the basis that it did include Overwatch. The rest of the bundle wasn't all that amazing. You did get Dungeons 3, American Truck Simulator was in there, Gremlins Inc., Hidden Folks, Old Man's Journey, We Were Here Too, and the Humble original was Wandersong. Games that not a lot of people are familiar with. Again, my theory is that the majority of the budget did go towards acquiring Overwatch. Overwatch is still a pretty sizable game. Overwatch is a game that is still pretty expensive, so I'm sure for Humble, getting that as a part of the October bundle used a sizable portion of their budget, so they couldn't really go excessive with the rest of their bundle, but still some interesting games in there. And I think with the November bundle, the early unlocks, while the experiences aren't as notable as an Overwatch, I think if you actually play the games themselves, you are in for some really great games, especially with Hollow Knight. I don't want to gush about that game too much, but I never mentioned that game while a Steam sale was going on because the discount, in my opinion, just wasn't deep enough, but now that you're getting it as a part of Humble Monthly, I think it's worth a buy there. So enough about that. If you guys are interested, link in the description box down below. Of course, I do get a little bit of a kickback, so that does help out the channel. Moving on from that, let's talk about another JRPG coming over to PC. PC is becoming almost the premier place to play JRPGs. Just about every JRPG is on PC outside of the Kingdom Hearts franchise. We still don't have a confirmation on whether or not KH3 will be coming to PC. I imagine at some point that it will come to PC, but of course that announcement has not yet been made. However, we do know that Sega's Resonance of Fate, the 4K HD edition, will be coming to PC. It has been 8 years since Resonance of Fate was released, and this is a game that has found kind of a cult following. I played it way back in the day on the PlayStation 3, and this was a game that its gameplay was way too complex for me when when I was younger, and I really couldn't get into it. Now that I have a little bit more patience for gaming, I think I'll have a better time appreciating Resonance of Fate. I do remember back then a lot of people did criticize the storytelling of the game. I mean, if you're going into one of these niche JRPGs, I don't think you're expecting a storytelling brilliance. There's gonna be some wacky moments, some absolute insanity, probably some plot holes. But with some JRPGs, honestly, some of the craziness adds to the overall charm. And Resonance of Fate, again, a tactical RPG, a game with a lot of depth to it from what I recall. And a game that I'm interested to go back and check out. Now, it will be releasing on Steam as a digital download on October 18th. I believe it's being released at a $19.99 price point, but no official price has been confirmed. I think anything above $19.99 would be a bit too excessive. And given the fact that Sega has usually nailed the pricing on their releases, you look at Yakuza 0, Vanquish, Bayonetta, all of those games were released at $19.99, so I imagine something similar with Resonance of Fate 4K HD edition. And lastly, I want to give you guys a heads up on a fantastic deal on a GPU power supply combo, the GTX 1060 6GB model, as well as a 600 watt power supply from EVGA. That is coming at you at $260, and then there's a $20 mail-in rebate knocking it down to $240. Now, 600 watt power supply, you have to value that at around $50, $55, so if you factor that in, you end up getting the GPU for around $185 to $190. Now, comparatively speaking to the AMD offerings, I think AMD from a mid-range standpoint is absolutely demolishing Nvidia. We've got the RX 570 for $150 along with that free game coupon, but I know some of you guys are just hell-bent on getting an Nvidia GPU, so if you want a mid-range Nvidia GPU, this is one of the better deals I've seen on a 1060 6GB. Of course, there are better deals available on the 3GB variant of the 1060, but I know with the majority of you guys, you want a 6GB 1060, and this is a pretty good option. And a 600 watt power supply to boot, that's gonna power this GPU no problem, so give that a look. Again, if you don't care about going AMD, going Nvidia, and you just want the best value, check out some of the AMD options. I think a 570 is a fantastic value deal right now, although a 6GB 1060 will outpace it a little bit, but those deals on a 570, if you want a quality GPU for $150, it's hard to beat that. Especially with this 1060, it's not like you get a free game or anything like that. So you just get the GPU, just get the power supply. Still a very good deal, but the incentives AMD's offering right now are very tasty if you're looking for a mid-range GPU. Still a good option, and that's gonna conclude this video, guys. Again, the Humble Monthly for November. The early unlocks have been revealed. Hollow Knight, Hitman, the complete first season, 7 Days to Die. Some quality games there, and I will be giving out a bundle sometime in the future. Resonance of Fate, a pretty niche Sega JRPG, will be coming to PC on October 18th, so be on the lookout for that. Probably going to be priced at $19.99 if Sega's other releases are to go by. And if you want a 6GB 1060 with a 600 watt power supply, $240 is not a bad price for that, although some of the AMD offerings I would say are just better deals. That's going to conclude this video. If you guys have a request for a future video, leave it in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.